How you guys doing? This is Josh here with Ohio Fish Rescue. I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of a rundown update of what's been going on here around at the rescue. So you guys know we just got this bridge put in. We've got it all looking nice. You can see we sealed up these falls on the right side. The pond's looking really nice. The cascading waterfalls. We've got 2 more cascading there. The pond is looking really great. So I can't complain about that. But one bit of good news is my dad just bought a new rescue vehicle. So watch out to find out about the good news about that. We can be getting back to getting on these rescue trips and see what kind of exciting fish trips we have coming up, because we have quite a few of some technical monster rescues, we call them, and those are just large scale fish rescues that we're going to be picking up a lot of fish, some big fish, and you guys will be excited about that story. But yesterday I went and picked up this acrylic tank. This is a 240 gallon tank. This tank was built by Steve Shin. This is a local aquarium builder. Now this tank is 7 foot 8 inches long, 22 inches or 24 inches from front to back, and 25 or 26 inches tall. It came complete with this light and ballast. The guy had a stand built for it, but he took the legs off. As you guys can see, this tank is really well built. The lids are recessed down into the tank. He's got lids for the overflows. Steve Shin does a great job at building tanks. And you can see the tank is in great shape. We've got 2 overflows on this tank, 1 in each corner. So I've got an idea. I will show you guys where we're going to be putting this tank, because we're going to be setting this up at the rescue. The tank also came with this acrylic sump here, so this will definitely get put to good use. And directly behind it, this blue backed, is a 8 foot acrylic sump. My buddy Clinton, he comes over, helps us all the time. He bought a 380 gallon tank, and he said, I don't have a use for the sump. He asked if we wanted it. We said of course, so we're going to go ahead and set that up on the back side of one of our tanks and use that as a big long filtration. We've got buckets of this, I don't know what you want to call it, kind of looks like pyrite, like a fool's gold, but I'm not sure that's right. And then we've got a bunch of these little pebble stones. But I'm going to take you guys in back and show you guys a few new things around here. Alright guys, here we go. We are in the fish room. And some of you guys might remember, might know, I set up this 60 gallon. We had the brackish fish in it, and I moved it over and replaced the 55 gallon here. But this tank had just popped a seam on the very bottom of the tank. You can see someone resealed it before. There's just big gobbers of glue. So I'm going to go ahead and reseal this tank. I will do a how-to video on it, so for you guys that are scared to reseal your own tank, I will show you the best way to do it, how we do it at the rescue, and it's not that hard. It is fairly easy. So we'll be doing that here soon. As you guys can see, we've got some plants against this back wall. The same guy who donated that 240 acrylic out front donated these silk plants, thinking that, oh, it might tie into the whole jungle theme. So we thank him very much. So as you guys know, we've got this 180 right here. So my plan is to build this stand for that 240 out there, and I'm going to put that one, it's actually a 170, I'm sorry, and we're going to replace it with this tank. This tank is 24 wide, that tank up front is 22. So it's going to slide right directly in here, and it is 7 foot 8 inches long. So just so happens we're going to start at that end, and it's going to come within an inch of this overflow pipe. So this tank is going to be from there all the way here. It's going to replace this 180 and put the 240 right here with the double stack stand with the 170 below, and we'll still be able to keep the 90 gallon and the 75 on bottom there. So we're going to upgrade some fish here. Now that leaves this 180 as the odd man out. So I thought, how else can we upgrade here? So I know our Abenite needs a new tank. So we have 6.5 feet here. I'm going to replace this 80 gallon with the 180 here. It'll stick out 2 foot. So I'm going to get rid of this sand filter and put the 180 right here and stick the Abenite in here. I'm going to take this 80 gallon tall, stick against that door, and this whole 3-tier stack here is going to come in and replace one of these 55 stacks. So we're going to upgrade our quarantine racks, and we're just going to get rid of one of these 55 stacks. Instant upgrade for everyone. Everyone involved is going to love it, and fishies get a bigger tank, and we've got more tanks for quarantine and helping out other rescues. As you can see, the tanks are clearing up. The salt did a miraculous job. We didn't have no sicknesses, but we were worried about that. And for those of you who were worried about the plants dying off because of the salt, oh my God, look at this guy. Look at her. These guys are just looking immaculate. But back to what I was saying, the plants are doing awfully well, so they're still thriving back there. Let me walk around here and show you guys. We have a tub set up on this side of the pond. I went up and I bought a bunch of water hyacinths, and I've got a pump pumping up and overflowing back into the pond, and there's a bunch of floating plants. I don't remember the names, but I bought them and they're doing great. So A for effort on the whole salting. It did not affect any of the plants, so we are good there. Now, going back to a previous comment on these African cichlids. Now, some of you guys were saying that the fish could have jumped out. Yes, it's possible, but there is 4 feet in between the tank edge and the edge of the pond, and from the floor up to the edge of the pond, it raises up another 6 inches. So for a fish to jump vertically 4 feet, is it possible? Sure. Is it likely? Not so much. What I'm thinking happened is the fish got sucked over into the overflow, or he jumped in the overflow and got sucked through. That would be more reasonable to think, but I don't know. He's still in here. I see him. Oh, look, there he is. He's still living, of course. He's living the dream in this 58,000 gallon pool. So he's doing well. We've got some more driftwood in here. We had this big 5.5, 6 foot long log. We're getting it waterlogged so we can have more driftwood in the tank. We've got this piece still soaking. They have not sunk yet. It's taken forever. But we are making progress. So as you guys can see, the 3000 is looking pretty empty. We got rid of a bunch of the catfish and the pacu to the Trumbull County Sequest Aquarium in Connecticut. So that opens up a lot of our room to rescue more fish. As you can see, the tanks are all looking fantastic. Now we have a few pond built. Wait, I don't want to say that yet. We have a few projects coming up that you guys will be definitely interested in. They're going to be how-to videos on how we build and make our homemade ponds. The one that we're going to do in the video is probably going to be about maybe a 1,500, 2,000 gallon pond, and I'm going to take you guys through every single step that it takes to ensure that these homemade wood-built ponds make for a great aquarium and how we build them and they do not leak. So coming over here to the quarantine stack, as you guys can see, we've got the lemon barbs in here. We picked up some archer fish, but back here we've got these tattooed giant gouramis. Now, we are a fish rescue, so it doesn't matter about the fish that comes in, we rescue them all. Yes, is it cruel to tattoo a fish? I 100% agree that this should not be done to a fish. The same thing goes for glowfish and colored parrotfish, because it's not fair to the fish himself, but someone brought them over. They bought them from another pet store, and they didn't know what to do with them. So we did take them in as a rescue, and we're going to do what we do best and find these guys a loving home. They are a beautiful gourami. There's no denying that. So we're going to go ahead and find these guys a great home, even though they probably went through a lot of pain when they were young, getting tattooed like that. We personally don't like it here at the rescue, but we like to save all fish and give them homes when the time comes. Now you guys can see this 400-gallon tank. We did a video on it not too long ago. It is clearing up nicely. It's a beautiful tank. I still have to buff the front glass, and that will happen with time. I just have not been here too often, so you guys have seen my dad's been making more videos. And I've been up at one of our rental properties doing a rehab because, as you guys can see from my dad's Facebook page, the tenant absolutely trashed the place. But that is done. We are back to doing more fishy things. My dad has a new rescue vehicle, so you guys can have more videos on how we rescue fish and all these rescue trips that you guys will just love. So now that this tank's set up, the plan is to move this 500 over, get that set up. I am going to, since it's been dry for so long, I am going to reseal this tank. I'm going to take all the tile up, put a brand new seal on it, and then fill it up with water. We are going to build a stand for this tank. So I will do a how-to video on how we construct our stands, so you guys can learn from how we do things and incorporate it how you want. And then once that's done, against this wall right here, all this will be moved, and this 2,000-gallon aquarium is going in. Of course, we're building a stand for this too, and it's going to go against that far wall. So that's going to be happening real soon here, so you guys need to stay tuned, keep watching, and you guys are going to have some exciting videos coming through the rescue here. So I just want to thank you guys for watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. For those of you diehards, hit that notification bell up in the top corner. And I will talk to you guys next time.